Hey guys, it's Dungeon Master Mark. Figured I would do a real quick update video for our game session today, which is the Pathfinder Society Thornkeep. We're actually on the second level, the second module, which is of course the Forgotten Library. For those who haven't seen my first level, or the video for the first module, the level that we did, the Cursed Halls, I'll put a link up here towards the top. But like I said, this is the second level, which is the second part of the 6 levels or modules, if you will, for Thornkeep, the special for the Pathfinder Online. So basically what happened at the end of the last module, the players were able to find the door going down to the second level, or the next level down in Thornkeep, which they come into a room down here on the end where there's a pool of just this funky liquid, which actually winds up being an ooze inside of the liquid. So let me go ahead and zoom all the way out real quick so you guys get a real good picture down here. Down here we have the Mad Alchemist lab. The Hall of Pillars. So yeah. So basically what happened was about 1,000 years ago, like I said, this was an abandoned wizard's fortress. There used to be a couple constructs down here that actually got loose, and they basically burrowed their way through here, all the way through the wall there, up in the corner. Caused a bunch of damage. Set off a couple magical traps and everything. And like I said, that part of the dungeon's been severely damaged. Over the years, goblins were able to find their way, get down in the dungeons, loot a lot of the magic items. But what recently happened the last 30 years or so was a alchemist who was evil managed to get down in here, found some of the old constructs, is trying to combine his alchemy with some of the ancient Aslantean magic in Pathfinder Society, and combining them, which he's took over some of these old labs to use for his own evil creations, which he found some of the goblins, made some mutant goblins, made some alterations to them, obviously. And yeah, it's causing all kinds of havoc in this layer of the dungeon. So let me go ahead and fix this real quick. Oh yeah, there we go. Let me go ahead and scoot this around real quick. Sorry for the shaking, guys. I'll give you guys a real quick video here. Now basically what happens is the characters are going to find their way down to here. Like I said, they're going to get attacked by the ooze as soon as they find some magical treasure down there in the pool. Sorry about that. So they're going to find that treasure. And yeah, people are PMing me. I know. So they're basically going to be having 2 choices. Obviously there is the one tunnel, like a hallway, that's going to lead down, which our party actually did not go down the tunnel, which there is some traps. They looked down it, saw that it went back to where they already went, which we originally went this way. And no harm, no foul, they didn't go down that way. So, no biggie. Now, the interesting thing is down this way, if I can do this gently, they enter this room, there's like a little antechamber, and the alchemist, I believe you say homunculus, the little construct you can use as a familiar, actually attack them with some goblin mutants, which the goblin mutants actually wind up doing pretty good damage. Almost killed the sorcerer, which is really the second encounter. But we were able to fight them off. So over here we find out a couple things. Obviously that something is damaged, part of this system, part of this dungeon level a long time ago. But they were able to... oops, sorry about that, guys. Trying to do 2 things at once here. Now they were able to see where it looked like something had burrowed into this chamber. Not sure how well that'll pull up there. But obviously they were a little leery about going in there because they weren't sure exactly what that may be. So instead we found the ruined storeroom over here. And we went and actually wound up sneaking up on, I know, you gotta love it when the party goes out of order, right? Actually wound up sneaking up on the alchemist's lair and into his study and in his chamber, if you will, where he was actually not in the room yet. So we actually kind of bypassed a couple encounters in the first area there. See if we can go ahead and sneak in this way real quick. There we go. Now over here you actually have the alchemist's lab / living area, which obviously we have a little bed there, and of course that's the Brain in the Jar mini. You got my bookshelves there, all painted up, all nice and pretty. Got some chemical analysis equipment there. So the party basically came into this room from the north here. Alchemist came down the steps, obviously encountered them, wasn't sure exactly what was going on. The Pathfinder group tried to threaten him and find out what was going on. Of course, he turns invisible, takes off running. Drops a iron cobra down to attack the party. Long story short, Alchemist winds up running down the hallway invisible. Rolled awesome on the stealth checks. So the party gives chase. Now, what they did not know was the Alchemist was not quite stupid as he looks. Obviously, the Alchemist is fairly intelligent. He did have a potion to levitate, so instead of jumping down and running away, he actually hid. So the party, of course, assumes he ran, follows into this chamber. Of course, the one they didn't want to go in before. So his prize mutant henchman, if you will, still on the table, his prize experiment. The party actually winds up encountering that particular individual. While that combat is going on, the Alchemist, who's still levitating invisible, winds up dropping a couple bombs, basically surprises the party during the combat. Does a good bit of damage, I might add, but doesn't quite kill any of the players, but they were shaken up enough where they had to make a decision who they were going to focus on, so they went up taking out the Goblin Mutant. Luckily, like I said, there was no casualties even there. There was a couple of rounds there where it was pretty close. And you have to pardon me, my bulldog's trying to figure out what's going on. And she's nosy. So anyway, so we wind up finding the spider warrens down this way. After the combat, wind up finding out that there were some spiders that had taken up the layer there. Basically, we wind up figuring out that the construct had actually came from this particular corner, which it looks like there were some ancient construct parts, probably something from Numeria. Some interesting items that the Pathfinder Society was interested in, which were acquired from that particular corner. So they were able to retrieve the artifacts that we had came for this particular mission. So obviously a good success there. They were able to leave some hints for the next level, exactly what may happen. So I don't think any of the party members are sure quite what to expect on the next level. But this level was very, very challenging. For any GMs who have not yet ran this particular module, things to definitely keep an eye out for. Some of the encounters can definitely be changed a little bit depending on the tactics your Alchemist or your monsters are going to use. The biggest thing, obviously, the Alchemist is rather intelligent since he has a high intelligence. Obviously, he is not going to be using any type of stupid tactics. For instance, obviously, he is not going to blindly just wade into combat. He's not going to just give up casually, since he is of an evil alignment and he's fairly intelligent. And he does have a general idea of the layout of the dungeon, so he does know how to draw the PCs, and he's smart enough to figure out how to draw the PCs into other traps and things of that nature to make them work to his favor. So luckily our gunslinger had a couple good hits. Our rogue and our fighter did an awesome job. Our sorcerer, my son, who plays a dragon disciple, or soon-to-be dragon disciple sorcerer, did an excellent job magical missiling the Alchemist and trying to whittle him down to hit points and try to block him. But yeah, it's a real quick preview, obviously. See if I can do a view from this angle over here. So yeah, beautiful dungeon for a 3D view. This has got to be one of my favorite levels of Thornkeep. And obviously my players absolutely loved it. Very, very challenging. I would say we barely squeezed through this particular level of the module in 5 hours. So I could, depending on the amount of role-playing, how much time people spend in town, I could easily see where you could go anywhere up to maybe even 8 hours, depending on the combats. Especially if you don't have a lot of melee focus. Luckily, our group did rather well in their roles. But yeah, definitely a dangerous level of Thornkeep. But thanks for watching, guys. I will try to put up a couple links for the first level of Thornkeep. Once we do go to the third level, I'll go ahead and put a link down here towards the end on that third part of Thornkeep as well. For those of you who have not picked up the PDF or the hard copy of Thornkeep, I will put a link in the description to the Paizo's website for you guys to take a look at. But yeah, definitely check it out. I believe it's under $20. 7 modules, so if you're a Pathfinder Society player, it's an easy way to go from level 1 all the way to level 7. You may need to do a little bit of side adventures and a couple of levels to maybe level your guy up to make it a little safer. But yeah, you're easily looking this particular module from start to finish, all 7 levels, easily 50-60 hours worth of play. So if you have a good group, I would definitely recommend it. So once again, thanks for watching, guys, and once again, have a good day and good gaming. Bye-bye.